Effectively knowing how to map our structure from a mechanical standpoint will exponentially boost your strike rate, skyrocket your risk reward, and entice extreme coverage. Today, I'm going to be speaking about a totally new concept, something I think might be new to your hearing. This concept is actually trend and the run, swing and substructure, and then finally change of character. And what is a run? It is just a movement in the market. It's either a move down or a move up. It is called a run. It's just like a data. It is not processed, but a wave makes more sense. Wave or trend makes more sense because it has meaning to it. But let me give you a definition of a run. A run is either an impulsive move up or down, and a series of this run makes up a trend or wave. As simple as that. So just a single move is a run, a move down is a run, up, down, up. Every single move is a run. So now let's move on to swing and substructure. I always tell you guys to focus on the whole move. Yeah, this is a move like this. I ask you guys to focus much more on the outer move, on this type of move. Yeah, making this a weak swing, and then a strong swing, a weak swing, a strong swing, like so. So within each swing run, it's more of like the higher time frame run, multiples of run within that swing run, which makes this run on its own, or this leg on its own, a trend on a lower time frame. And this movement down with this multiple internal structure, it makes this move in itself on a lower time frame a trend. Same goes here. This big move here on a lower time frame is a trend on its own. This move here is a trend on its own on a lower time frame, like so. So bringing your mind back to what we're doing, this run has this run in it, this multiple run in it, making it what? A trend. Yeah. And this first leg, you see, that first run also had multiple run within. On that leg, you're going to have multiple run. And on this leg coming back, you're still going to have multiple run. This is how fractal the market gets. It is like that. Anything you see on the daily time frame can equally occur in H4, on the hourly, minutes, and even the seconds time frame. It doesn't really matter. This is how fractal the market is, and this is the fractal nature of the market, as Elliott Wave has already demonstrated before now. This is an example of what I'm saying. You see a run up, a run down like that. This swing run makes up a series of runs, making this a trend in itself, 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 and like so. Don't beat yourself up. If this concept is very complicated, allow it to digest, give it some time, and inshallah you're going to understand what we're saying. Study the diagram above carefully. Every swing run is also a trend on its own, and again, from much more zoomed in price, which is the smaller time frame, a run is also a trend. Remember, the markets are fractal. Simple as that. So let's quickly move to the concept of change of character. A change of character, or chalk, is a first substructure break against the current trend on a particular time frame that signals the inception of a pullback or reversal, and also the conclusion of a pullback. What I'm saying here is very simple. The market presents itself, took out this high, making this a strong swing and this the weak swing. As the price starts to come down, notice this move. Yeah, study that move. You have internal runs, you've got internal structures within. That is the substructure. So the first substructure break against this move, understand the language, the first substructure break against this move, it is an upward run. So the first break downward within the internal structure. It has to be substructure. It has to be the internal structure and not the external structure. I mapped out the change of character there, very decent. So the break of structure has an arrowhead, and the change of character is just a trend line. So just look at that. Look at it. That's the change of character. And price decided to pull back. And how do you know the pullback is over? You get another change of character. First substructure break against this internal move, and that was it. Same level. After price starts to pull back, a change of character, like so. So I will explain this much more deeper. Don't worry as we proceed. We're still within this topic. Observe this price here. Observe. Price was steadily moving upwards But remember, on a higher time frame, this is a swing run. It is just one move. But you have internal structures within. The first substructure break against this move is a change of character, and this is it. It breaks down, but it is substructure. It is an internal structure. That's a change of character. And price decide to take this move down. The same thing, you expect a change of character to continue with the bullish bias, like so. Let's proceed. Live shot example on a downtrend. Yeah, you get a break, and after a break, you expect a pullback. That's just how it is. This is a break of structure. A break of structure is a swing break. So you get a break of structure. Yeah. Then after a BOS, you expect a pullback. And how do you know that pullback is coming? Before a pullback, you want to see a change of character. And a change of character is the first internal structure break, like so. And price pulls back, and sometimes it gives you a signals when it signals you when the pullback is over, and sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. There's no strategy that's 100%. And price drops. After a break of structure, you expect pullback. Before pullback, change of character. And that was a change of character there. Price drops again. After BOS, you expect pullback, and before pullback, you want to see a chop. That is a chop. BOS, pullback, before pullback, chop. Like that. Let me see. Okay. This is now change of character with pullback and also continuation. The same concept. A break of structure. After BOS, you expect the pullback, and before pullback, change of character. That was a chop. And sometimes, as I said, sometimes it also gives you a signal when the pullback is over. In this scenario, there was no signal, but let's follow the concept. BOS, after BOS, pullback, before pullback, change of character. And if the change of character, if the pullback is over, price also gives you another change of character, and then finally drops. After BOS, pullback, before pullback, chop. And after the pullback, you get a chop. Price drops, break of structure. After break of structure, pullback, before pullback, chop. And after pullback, another chop. And BOS, then BOS, after BOS, pullback, before pullback, chop. Like so. This is the pattern. This is how you continue using change of character, understanding and mastering change of character. These are chop patterns. We have two types of chop patterns. There's a simple chop and the double M. So this is a simple chop. This is a chop pattern. This is what makes up the chop. And this is how a chop is supposed to look like. Simple chop is a break of a higher high or higher low, if in a downtrend, followed by a break of a higher low or lower high in a downtrend. Same concept. So in this scenario now, in this uptrending scenario, you get this break of a high, then followed by a break of a low. That is what makes a change of character a change of character. Yes. In a downward scenario, you get a break of a lower low and followed by a break of a lower high, which means it's kind of a flip. Sometimes we call it the flip. That instant change within the substructure. Let's proceed. And this is an example of a double M. You start to get, after a break of a higher high, the chart teaches us that we're supposed to wait for the break of a higher low, but price starts to delay. Start giving you signals of bearish momentum. Do not fall for this. Sometimes it just gives you some structure like this and liquidate the people trying to sell the trend line. So don't fall for this. A break of a higher high and a break of a lower low. Anything you see within, they are just noise. It doesn't really matter. A break of a lower high, a break of a lower low, followed by a break of a higher high, lower high. Sorry. It's just the same concept. Forget this noise. It doesn't really matter. Your focus is this 3-step. Point A, B, C, and point D, and breaking the structure. A double M is when the substructure, high or low, doesn't break immediately, and then price start to show you bullish intent if in a downtrend, or bearish if in an uptrend. Before the change of character, don't fall for this. And this is a wrong chalk. Something like this. This is when you fail and fall for the double M. This is a break of a lower low, and we expect the break of a lower high of a lower high to confirm our change of character. But then you see something like this. This is not a change of character. This is the wrong chalk. The price can just easily turn. Yes, it is very dumb to take a trade like this. This is a wrong chalk also. The same concept. Do not fall for this. The aim is not to be on the right side of the market always. Even if you want to, no strategy has a 100% win rate. This is an example of getting a very nice chalk a break of structure down, a substructure by the way, and then a break of structure up, giving you a nice change of character. But what happens? Still drops, doesn't obey your change of character, and decided to obey this change of character instead. That's just how it works. You're not gonna be on the right side of the market every time. But bro, be careful. A picture perfect example of the market doing its thing. There will be times where you follow your rules and still take losses. It is part of trading. Stick to the process. Alright, now let's get on the actual chart example. This is USD card, and I'm gonna walk you through market structure. This is a BOS, which is a breaker structure, and all this arrow-headed line signifies a breaker structure. So let's start from the bottom of my screen. This is the first breaker structure, and after a breaker structure, we expect pullback, and before that pullback, we want to see a change of character. If the whole change of character concept still confusing to you, you can always use the part 2 as a guide. Start from the edge, which is the swing. It might be a strong or weak swing, it doesn't really matter. Start from the swing to where the market actually is. Every candle actually has a meaning. Let's move. This is me mapping out the substructure. And once it is done like this, bring it to a drawing board and then see where the change of character is. As I preach, I said the change of character is the first substructural break against the current trend, and there is a change of character pattern. But what we want to see is a break above followed by a break below. That is a valid chalk. This is an example of change of character. So now you trace this exact point on the price like so. So for change of character, even a weak closure like this, just a week, is valid. It doesn't have to be a candle closure, but for BOS it has to be a candle closure. You chop out an example of a double M. Don't fall for all this move within. Your main focus is within this trading range. So anything, if price didn't cross below, you have no issue. If price didn't cross above, you have no issue. So any noise within should not freak you out. After the BOS, you use your part tool, you trace it, and wait for a change of character. After this BOS, it has to be after a break of structure. And this was the change of character. This was the change of character that was signifying a pullback. And if the pullback is over, you're also gonna get a change of character. This is the change of character that tells you when the pullback is over. And what you're just gonna patiently wait for is a break of structure. After BOS, you expect pullback, and before pullback, change of character. So in this case, this is a change of character. You can use your part 2. If I just bring up this part 2, I'm just gonna start from here. Drops down, then up, then finally breaks. If I bring this on a plain chart, you're gonna see the change of character there. And that's why I use this as a change of character. So that's a change of character, and if price pullback, when the pullback is over, you're also gonna get a signal. This is a change of character. I hope you're now getting the hang of it, you're not understanding it. After this BOS, you expect a pullback, before pullback, change of character, and this is a change of character. And after the pullback, you want to see another change of character. So this is one of those scenarios where you're gonna get a change of character and price will still come down to kick your ass. Sometimes it's like that, yes. But in as far as price is still within this high and this low, which means your trading range from the strong swing to the weak swing, you have no issue. And this was now legit a change of character that pushed price forward. A break of structure here, and you expect pullback, before pullback, change of character. This was a change of character that tells us price is pulling back. Change of character that the pullback is over is relatively here, and probably expecting the price to continue upwards. So I hope this example is understood, and this is exactly how you map out structure. Understand the breaker structure concept, and also the change of character concept. Learn, practice, and earn. That is a process that you must adapt. It's not learn then earn. You need to practice. This is trading. Forex trading is kind of hard. It's the easiest way to make, how will I put this? is the hardest way to make easy money. Yeah. So you gotta put the time and everything you have, bro. So your assignment is focus on the change of character and the BOS. Map out the breaker structures like this and the change of character. That's what you just need to do. Once you are very, very comfortable with this, you know you're very good at this, then move to the next episode. Thank you very much for staying up to this moment. I still remain Alpha Edgeman, signing out.